Progress report on the life-sized, batteries not included mom and dad. I'll provide links to my work on the baby robots in the video description, including my restoration of a film-used flotsam puppet. When I was working at ILM in the Presidio, I would pass by these robots and marvel at their detail. This passion project started for me years ago, and I'm just about at the molding phase for these two robots. These will be ready for molding shortly, and if you're interested in seeing the build-up tutorial with animating lights, be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when that tutorial hits the scene. For now, let's have a look at the current state of the Mother and Father project. Hi guys, back again with the batteries not included Ma and Pa. Now it's hard to show this together because everything is loose and not adhered and nothing fits until it's adhesed. I've got the dad together as much as I can do without gluing it together, and I can't do that until this is molded. These are the 3D printed parts. They haven't been cleaned up yet, same for the mother. It is all still resin raw 3D prints, but as you can see, the details on this are outrageous. Absolutely incredible. Wait till I show you the underside, but let's take a look at this face. I'm going to disassemble this. This is together as much as I could manage without gluing. So I've got the eyes in the eyelids. I've got the forehead cover plate in place. So this attaches, and this is the first time I'm showing these parts off in any kind of great detail. So you can see that there's two tabs here, tab. They attach to the hole and the hole there. And if I take this off, I can show that to you better, but this will all start coming apart because it's not glued. The eyeballs will be clear cast. They'll be super glossy too. Tinted clear resin with a gloss coat. I'm going to cover these with epoxy. So these will be shiny, and they slide into the eyelid. So these will be castings. These will be resin prints that come with the kit. So these slide right into place. You could mount an LED to illuminate each eye. Let me get this guy. We engineered this eye so that it accepts this tab into the slot, like so. The wires will come out of that cavity, and once I take the lid off of the main hole, you'll see where the lights go. But basically they kind of snake up, they come out, and then they snake up into the upper portion of the saucer. But look at the engineering on this. If you wanted to run wires behind here to attach and then run one wire out, you can do that too, just the way this is engineered. Very, very well done. This is going to be a 3D resin printed part with each kit. So this really super intricate piece will come exactly like this. No assembly required, and it nests only one way into that top saucer. Not for sure yet, but likely all be one unit like that. Let's take a look at this underhole for the dad. I mean, this is jaw-dropping. The detail on this, absolutely smashing. And the size of it, completely accurate to the film-used puppet built by ILM. But I mean, let me get in here real close. This is not even cleaned up yet, guys. This is in no way even cleaned up. This is this piece. And if you look really closely on these edges, there's those little tiny lights for fiber optic. Those are your little starters. They don't go all the way through the piece. You'll have to drill out. But those are your starter holes all the way across this. Those are your starters for your fiber optics. The lower hole and this piece will be resin castings out of a matrix mold. The antennas, there's going to be two of these guys. These will be resin print parts. If you can see here, there's a slot engineered in, and that mates to this. Perfect fit. So one on this side, two, and there's a rear antenna back here. Dad will include another clear cast piece. It'll be glossy clear cast resin, and it nests right into that hole to illuminate from the interior. And while I have this upside down, let me show you that this eye assembly slots perfectly into its nest, just like that. So if I turn this upside down, you can see that there's an opening here, an opening here. That is engineered to allow wiring to come out of the eyes, into the center, and up into the body. The bottom hole has this specifically engineered center plate. This will be provided as a styrene plate. What this is a mount. If you wanted to mount this with a rod underneath, you would use this piece here. Probably will be either a resin casting or a resin print. It lives in those holes right there in the center, as you can see. So imagine that'll be there. This lives exactly right there, fits like a puzzle piece, and the rod will come up and mount to that center medallion. There are 4 of these guys, and these are engineered with these little squares. Those are perfectly sized to fit these earth magnets, commonly available on Amazon. So you'll put an earth magnet in each of the bottom pieces and the top pieces. So everything mates with magnets, and the rod mates to that center plate. Wiring holes are provided. If you want to wire up this bottom hole, if you want to wire up the top hole, you can make everything meet in the middle. Plenty of access hole for your electronics. This is extremely well engineered. A lot of thought went into this. Let's take a look at the mother. This is together as much as I can manage without gluing. Again, just like the dad. These eyes are barely in here, and they're not registered exactly right, and the top isn't flat down on here yet, but this gives you an idea of what's happening with this. Detail is, like the father robot, incredible. Let me take this apart. Let me show you this, the proportions of this. This is scaled to the film used puppet, again, completely studio scale. This piece pops off, and you know what, let me keep this on here for now and do my best to disassemble this. Okay, the surprising thing about the mother is the size of the eyes. I mean, look at this. They're so big. This is going to be a clear cast piece. The eyelids will be a resin 3D print in the kit. Nesting just perfectly. There's a square feature right here, and that fits this slot right here, so you know that that eye is perfectly in place when you match up that key. Okay, and just like the dad, you'll wire electronics if you're going to go for electronics. Very simple, just to put a 5mm in there, or a 3. I'd probably go for a 5, and then run your wiring inside. Let's take a look at some of the features on the bottom. This guy is only in here temporarily. It's a pretty good fit. Alright, so this will be provided as a resin casting out of a 2-part matrix mold. Again, this is not cleaned up yet. Still have a little bit of work to do on it, but it is astounding. If I can focus in on some of this detail. Micro detail. This is the undercarriage detail piece. It comes in from behind, and it just fits in like a puzzle piece through there. This will be a 3D printed part, most likely 3D printed part. This also has a clear lens in the center. These will be clear cast, and it just fits right into here. I'll probably, in a tutorial when I build these, show you the LED array that I found on Amazon. I used it in my ET, extraterrestrial starship. It's very inexpensive, and it creates animated ring lights. You might notice that there's 4 openings here that go through the hull. In the movie, those are illuminated green from inside, and the kit will include these laser cut, can't focus on this, these little laser cut 1/8 inch acrylic pieces. They're slotted with a cross, etched I should say with the cross, and each one of those fits that window, and you'll just go ahead and sand it to get it a little bit more milky, and then put a green LED from inside to light up those 4 rectangles. The mother utilizes the same internal frame idea, not shape, but the same principle of these 3 holes. This is a laser cut piece of styrene. You can replace it with aluminum if you wanted to. There is this medallion that fits onto those holes. This whole thing nests perfectly here. It's designed perfectly, like a puzzle piece. Your rod will come up from underneath and mount to that medallion so you can suspend it from below. And the top attaches in the same manner that the father does, using earth magnets from Amazon, into 4 of these. And then these mate from above onto these 4 locations that have earth magnets. Here's a quick look at her top body. There's a few panels here I'm actually going to raise up. There's going to be a few differences on this before it becomes a resin casting. But I need to raise up, I think 3 panels here on this side, 3 on this side, and I think 1 or 2 on the back. So instead of them being recessed, they'll be popping out. Mom has 3 antennae. They just puzzle piece right inside here of this opening. Perfectly engineered. So 2 on the sides, and then a stubby one that is in the back. And there you have it, my friends, the first in-depth look at the upcoming kits of the Batteries Not Included robots, the parents, mother, father. Really hope you enjoyed this first look. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel to see the future videos of this project. Thanks for watching.